Bro, don't you realize that every time you scroll social media, like a photo or click an ad, you're actually printing money? But unfortunately, the money goes into the pockets of big companies, not yours. Well, Pi Network wants to bring that value back into our hands. Hello, I am Anton. This is the fifth module of the Pi Network Whitepaper Surgery series. After discussing the Pi economic model, now we move to the most exciting part, utility, or the real usefulness of Pi. Because crypto that is just stored has no use. What makes life is if it can be used. Disclaimer first, bro. This video purely discusses the content of the Pi Network whitepaper as it is. I'm not adding personal opinions or urging to buy crypto. The purpose is solely for education, for pioneers to better understand the coin they hold, for those against Pi Network to see what is actually written in the white paper. So once again, this is purely educational content. Bro, just look at our lives now. Almost everyone spends hours on their phones, scrolling social media, watching videos, clicking on ads. Now, every view, click, or post you make actually involves money circulating behind the scenes. But the problem is that money doesn't flow to you. It goes to big companies like Google, Facebook, or Amazon. That means, as users, we get nothing. We're just their product. Our data is sold. Our attention is monetized. But the economic value is taken entirely by a handful of tech giants. A simple analogy, bro. Imagine you work every day, exhaust yourself, but 100% of your salary goes to your boss. You don't get a single penny. That's the current state of the internet. Users who create content, who are active every day, are not considered to have any financial value. If the internet now makes us into products, Pi's vision is the opposite, bro. They want to create a system where the value we generate goes back to us, the users. The method is simple but powerful. Gather small resources from each person, then combine them into a great force. So, even if your individual contribution seems small, when combined with millions of others, the results are extraordinary. It's like mutual cooperation. One person might only be able to lift a small weight. But if everyone works together, any heavy load can be lifted. This is the basic concept of Pi's utility, giving everyone access to be part of the new digital economy. Not just big companies enjoying the benefits, but every active pioneer who contributes also gains real advantages. One of the biggest challenges on the internet today is trust. When you want to buy something online, you always think first, is this seller legit or a scammer? Usually, we rely on rating systems like Amazon or eBay. The problem is, all the value created from trust is captured by the companies. Our reviews, our ratings, our engagement all become their assets, not returned to the users who generate them. So, Pi tries to create a different system called the trust graph. Simply put, it's a combination of each user's security circle, which, when combined, forms a global trust map. The more people join, the stronger this trust layer becomes. Its purpose is huge, making transactions between strangers possible because there's an inherent trust layer in the network. So, you no longer need to rely heavily on third parties to guarantee transaction security. The simple analogy is like this, bro. If Amazon is like a market with a company security guard watching at the front, Pi is like a traditional market where the community itself acts as the security guard. Everyone looks out for each other. Everyone contributes to making the place safe. Bro, there's one important thing we often don't realize. Our time and attention are actually valuable assets. Every time we scroll, click, or just watch a video for a few seconds, economic value is created. But so far, who benefits from that value? Giant companies like Facebook, Google, or TikTok. We generate traffic. They reap the money. We're just given entertainment, but never share in the profits. Now, Pi wants to change this scenario through the concept of attention marketplace. Here, User attention is treated like currency. Pioneers can barter their attention, for example, to promote content or just ask something within the community. Even companies wanting to advertise must pay directly to the audience with Pi, not for free like now. It's like this, bro. Usually we're victims of ads forced to watch without getting anything, but with Pi, we're actually paid to watch ads. So users are no longer just consumers of products, but truly become part of the digital economy. If the previous two pillars talk about trust and attention, this third pillar is much more practical, bro. Barter Marketplace. Here, every user can create a kind of virtual storefront, aka their own digital shop. Anything can be sold or exchanged. For example, you have an empty room in your apartment, can rent it out using Pi. Or you have programming skills, graphic design, or even private tutoring services. Those can also be offered on the marketplace. The more goods and services offered, the more tangible the value of Pi becomes. Because this coin isn't just a number on the screen, but can truly be exchanged for something of real-world value. An easy analogy, imagine it like OLX or Tokopedia, but instead of rupiah, the currency is Pi. So every transaction directly builds a new economic ecosystem, where users exchange goods and services with Pi as the official medium of exchange. Usually, developers create applications from scratch. They have to build their own payment systems, find ways to verify users, and the most challenging part, build a community from the ground up. It's like opening a stall in the middle of a forest, no passers-by, so it's hard to attract crowds. Now, Pi Network offers a shortcut through the Decentralized App Store. With Pi, developers can immediately benefit from three important features that are already in place. Currency, they can use Pi as a built-in payment tool. Trust Graph, there is a trust layer from millions of pioneers. Global community and active user base every day. This means once developers create an application, they are no longer alone. They are essentially opening a shop in a bustling marketplace. Additionally, dApps on Pi can connect with each other and provide mutual benefits, making the ecosystem richer. The simple analogy is this, bro. If making an app outside of Pi is like opening a stall in a quiet forest, then making an app on Pi is like opening a shop in the town square on market day, busy, lively, and full of interaction. So far, many cryptocurrencies are only supported by speculation. People buy not because they want to use them, but because they hope the price will go up. As a result, coins become like collectibles, just stored in wallets, not used in the real world. Now, Pi wants to be different. The value of Pi doesn't just come from scarcity, but also from real use cases. When users start using Pi for trust, barter, attention, and applications, its ecosystem becomes stronger. The more people use Pi, the more tangible its value becomes. It's no longer just a number on a screen, but a real tool for everyday transactions. Here's a simple analogy. Other cryptocurrencies are like coins kept in glass cabinets as displays, while Pi aims to be a coin used for shopping at stalls, paying for services, or online transactions. Not just stored away, but alive in the real world. So, bro, here we have seen that Pi is not just about mining and economic models, but also real utility. Starting from the trust graph that makes transactions secure, the attention marketplace that gives attention value, the barter marketplace for buying and selling goods and services, to the decentralized app store for developers. All of this makes Pi different from speculative crypto because it truly has everyday usefulness. But there is one big question that needs to be answered. How will Pi be regulated so that everyone trusts it? Who makes the important decisions? And how can the community be directly involved in the development direction of this network? Well, that's what we will explore in the next series. Module 6, Governance, Cryptocurrency for and by the people. So don't miss it, bro. because this will discuss the core of digital democracy in the crypto world. If you want to understand more and enjoy the two-person chat style, don't forget to also check out the podcast version of this series. The discussion there is more relaxed, like chatting together while dissecting a white paper. Tomorrow you'll get a notification when the video is ready. But only subscribers who have turned on the notification bell will receive the alert, bro. If you feel that this insight makes you better understand the usefulness of Pi in the real world, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Because in the next module, we will delve into the most crucial topic, governance, or who holds control over the future of Pi.